perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Fantastic punch. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Oh, Larry Holmes just got dazed. And it appears they weathered the storm. How, I'm not sure.
Being dazed now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
How about that time counter shot? This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Holmes in that last round. There's the bell for round 2. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
The straight right just misses. If you like defense, you're going to love this fighter. Excellent defense. They stay on the outside. They use their jab efficiently, and they don't take damage.
Outside fights create so much unpredictable movement. Move left to right, box forward, box backwards. You don't know if they're going to attack or defend. Nightmare fighters.
Can they figure out the combination to this sink?
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Big swing and a miss with the hook. And so far, the offense has been better than the defense. Nice counter. We wanted action, and they are whoa, wait a minute! Roy Jones Jr. in trouble. And now they're right back into the fray.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What?
Very close round with 10 seconds to go. All about Holmes in that last round. Well, he is glad to have heard that bell.
I've been in this round.
On to the third. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
To be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Just misses right uppercut. Punch, counter punch. He's putting the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. This has been a very competitive round between these two.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
The straight right just misses. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Well done with that counter shot. Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight. Will get knocked Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Holmes in that last round. And a round that seemed like eternity for them finally comes to a close.
The bell sometime.
Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
You'd like to see more jabs. Beautiful counter shot. Catch and shoot. Nice exchange here from both men. We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match.
Everything looks better in slow motion. Let's take another look.
Shot from the gods, they say. A shot from the gods. One, two, three, four, five. Are you okay?
Well, they're back up now, but they've got to be cautious. Cannot afford to trade back now, can they, Johnny?
Oh, he can smell blood. Look at that. He's put him down once. He knows what shot works and where to land it. Then try and do it again. He's just not got to get trigger happy.
Those counter punches have to hurt. 10 seconds to go, and what domination we've seen in this round. Talk about Holmes in that last round. Well, he's got Bambi legs walking back to the corner, but he's still in it. Here we go in round 5. Who's going to land the first big shot? Last round was a disaster. What can they do here to turn this around?
I have no idea what they have left. How'd you come back from something like that? Not out twice? Where's your head at? Where's your energy levels at? It tells you you've got nothing left.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. I don't think it's going to be a boxing match. This is going to be a fight. Nice counter punch right up the middle. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
I've seen some fights with a granite chin. You can hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
Big shots from both these fighters. Hold it right there. Can you believe it? Roy Jones Jr. is on the back foot now. Pensacola's finest is down. I think that will look even more dramatic in slow motion.
That's lights out right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Listen to me. Are you okay?
Well, they're back on their feet right now, Johnny. Do they go toe for toe or do they play defense here?
The corner needs to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight is capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to make.
He threw a punch and just got... As we enter the final 10 seconds here, it's probably a round he'd rather forget. Talk about Roy Jones in that last round. What a huge momentum swing that's going to be, considering that round will be 10-8 after the knockdown.
You're being put down.
There's the bell to start round 6. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
Oh, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything full bag because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
Can't score with that right uppercut. A straight right just misses. A perfect counter shot. They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those point areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim them, go for speed.
Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Throws the jab, it doesn't score. They are not going to let this one go to the judges. Nice counter shot. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Roy Jones in that last round. How much cardio was put in for this fight? There's the bell to start round 7. Not sure these two fighters can keep up the pace we saw last round, but you know they're going to try.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
I think I'm holding on here for a minute. This is the heavyweight division. One punch could end this fight.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Very competitive round here so far.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Throws the uppercut but misses. Good defense there with that left hook. Big hook. Good thing it didn't land. Good counter punch. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Roy Jones in that last round. Now you start wondering how much work these two fighters did in the gym.
You cannot gas out if you prepared right.
Get your mind back on the draw.
And there's the bell for round 8. They let it all hang out in the last round. What do they got left?
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
There's nothing quite like a big heavyweight fight. Everything can change with one punch.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong, because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
It's nothing but air on that left uppercut. They exchange punches. I can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
The straight right just misses. There's a counter shot. Is he going to punch himself out, though? His stamina is off the charts. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Another win, another unanimous decision victory.
This is the last thing he expected. What a fight, what a style, what a pace to get a unanimous decision. That is mad.
Yeah, that hate the grind and sweat the blood, the time my motivation. I work too hard too long and not be in the conversation. My team been up, way up, ain't nothing less than domination. I got the game and say with lock and key and combination. Keep it goal and high sight, don't focus on what's hindsight. Sleeping on me, tell them night night, it's my time in a bright light. Don't ever band no mind and keep it pushing, don't ever give them a sound. They gon' let me when you shining, but they wanna talk about you when you down. Motivation, all that hating that they doing, motivation. Staying winning, nothing less, ain't no consolation. Used to tell me that I couldn't, that's my motivation. Yeah, my motivation, motivation. All this money on my mind, that's my motivation. You be talking, but you not up in the conversation. They all wanting me to stop, that's my motivation. Yeah, my motivation. Yeah, that time that I came through and I got one for the boy. Hey, now I'm finna ball out, step back, shoot for the score. Hey, if I had a penny for everyone doubted me, I'll make $1 million a month off a salary. Picture me rolling, go look at the gallery. I've been eating now, look at the calories. No, I've been out up on the road, trying to make it to my goals. Had a lot of friends in the past when I quit on me, had a fold. I remember being told, son, don't ever say it's so. For the girls, for the cars, for the fame, for the riches, for the gold. Yeah, I've been chasing material things, I've been chasing my dreams. Stay close to the team, I don't ever need no reason to leave. Heard the birds in the trees, telling me it is a breeze. As you can see, I do it with ease, wanna make it then believe. That time that I came through and I got one for the boy. Hey, now I'm finna ball out, step back, shoot for the score. Hey, one time for the one time, off rebound, I reground. In the meantime, I stack up this win.
As the sun sets, we welcome you on this beautiful afternoon to Falcor Bay. Next to me, of course, is Johnny Nelson.
Hi, Todd. Nice to be here with you.
It's time for our tale of the tape. Here he comes, Deontay Wilder, 6'7" tall, with that massive 83-inch reach. The gentleman of boxing, Floyd Patterson, one of the slickest heavyweights of all time. 6 foot tall, 201 pounds.
Yeah, if you've got a ball that's in front of you, that's going to put you under pressure.
Deontay. It's Floyd Patterson, a man that needs no introduction. He started his career as an Olympic gold medalist, and look at him now.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner...
Well, I hope you brought your sunglasses because we're fighting outside, and what a main event this should be.
The fighters have got to stay focused, concentrate, don't get carried away. They're not part of the carnival. They're the action.
So a capacity crowd here for this one. We've been waiting a long time for this matchup. Here we go. Great to have you with us for this all-action affair. We expect big things, and I don't think we're going to be disappointed. And he wasn't ready for that counterpunch. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to go down? Punch, counterpunch. Just missed with that hook. Good counter punch. Perfect counter shot. This slugger has a unique mentality, doesn't he, Johnny? He just wants to win by knockout. He says if we go to the scorecards, it's a failure for me.
How you deal with a slugger, you've got to use brain over brawn. Bull in a matador, pop, jab, move. Get them angry.
And he scores with the counter. Well done with that counter shot. One punch could change the entire complexion of this fight. Punch lands. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Wilder in that last round. Well, we're entering desperation mode here. Gonna need a knockout.
Wow, it's like...
Now it's a tougher...
Here we go for round 2. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then, put the pressure on.
This fighter embodies the cardinal rule of boxing. Hit and don't get hit.
Outside fighters create so much unpredictable movement. Move left to right, box forward, box backwards. You don't know if they're going to attack or defend. Nightmare fighters.
Those counter punches have to hurt. Beautiful counter shot. Walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. You can't make a mistake at the heavyweight level and not expect to be punished for it. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. There's a counter shot. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. How about that time counter? counter shot. That counter shot lands. Lucky that hook didn't score. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talking about Wilder in that last round. Well, this is the time that the trainer needs to come in and say something special.
Come on, you let him back.
On to the third. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Perfect counter lands. They exchange punches. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Defense is not an option for these two. That counter punch caught him clean. Nope, that jab not going to score. Catch and shoot. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Another scoring shot there. Counter punch. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. The winner of this surely will get a world title shot. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talking about Wilder in that last round. Well, it's no secret who has the advantage after that last round. Let's see what they have in store. There's the bell for round 4. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? Good counter punching. Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Back and forth they go. Neither fighter willing to back down.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
They miss with the jab. Counter shot. Both of these men showing exceptional chins, by the way. That hook just can't find the target. Nice slip to avoid the jab. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk Started out Wilder in that last round. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round.
As long as they don't get complacent.
There's the bell to start round 5. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Nice counter shot. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
You'd like to see more jabs. Nice counter. This is some of the best action I've seen in any round, anywhere this year. He threw a punch and just got countered. Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now, this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
They stop the hook there. Wow, let's take another look at that.
I need to see that again.
Referee says we will fight on. Not sure about this one.
Somebody can smell blood here. They can smell blood. They've got to be smart. Get in there.
Total domination with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Wilder in that last round. A borderline disastrous round, but he's still on his feet.
There's always a way.
Let's start the 6th. You got to be feeling confident now after what happened last round.
I have no idea what they have left. How do you come back from something like that? Not out twice? Where's your head at? Where's your energy levels at? It tells you you've got nothing left.
Nice counter punch. You can tell one of these fighters is starting to fade. What does he need to do to get back in this contest? Nice counter. He threw a punch and just got countered. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. By the way, the connect percentages have to be off the charts. We wanted action, and they are giving us action. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
That counter punch caught him clean. Deontay Wilder, and the bronze bomber goes down. And you can see here his face basically melts into his glove, and down he goes.
A shot from the gods took him out.
So time to go celebrate after a knockout win here.
A knockout victory? That's not a knockout victory. That is somebody saying, I'm here, I've arrived. Try that again, it will happen all over again.